Alright, everyone. Oh. Oh, wait, we're getting a Discord call. What's up?
What's up, man? You good?
I just started streaming like 2 seconds ago. So you want to do
Well,
Crusader Kings II then, or shall I continue my game?
it's your choice.
I mean, I'd like to do Crusader Kings II, so let's do that instead.
Yeah, if you want to do Crusader Kings II, that's fair enough.
And I'm going to change the stream title.
I got two choices for you though. I can start a new playthrough, or I can play from a previous one where I'm about 160 years and I've formed the whole of the Empire of Britannia. It's your choice. I don't really care, either or. I'm happy to reform it or
The new one
whatever.
sounds really interesting.
Yeah, we can always do the new one.
Sweet. Crusader Kings II then. Let me change the stream category.
Some of the content will be quite boring because obviously it's quite a slow paced game. I'm not going to be playing it on ridiculous speed. I'm not like some Wizard of Oz. So
I mean, that's why we're here, right? To entertain the people.
well, yeah, there'll be lots of funny shit there that happens probably. I mean, I'm not planning to just. There'll be a lot of like role play element to it. So, alright, let me just set up this jigabooiness.
I've changed the stream title.
Right, I'm just gonna screen share. Crusader Kings 2. Yeah, right.
I'm gonna make this full screen, make this a very, very, very big. Next to going to my streaming shit. Gonna close this. Look at the Discord. Yeah. Alright then, we should be good. It's kind of funny though, because I saw you going offline, so I was, oh, maybe Steve just kind of forgot and he's busy or something.
I went for dinner. Yeah. Not rip, buddy.
Because you were first away and then you went offline, so I was like, oh, okay. And since the game I was gonna play was gonna last like 30 minutes anyway, I was expecting you to call like in the middle of the game, not at like the beginning opening 2 seconds. I was like, oh crap.
Oh no. I'm gonna play as. I want to play as someone different.
I'm going to open my
Preferably.
phone so I can see the.
It's gonna be a challenge for me though, because I'm mainly playing the British Isles, so I'm gonna play as someone I've never played as before. But I'm probably gonna have to take my time.
Sounds interesting to me.
I'll also play as someone who's not like a leader first. I'll play as a vassal. How old is this guy? 54, way too old. You will do.
Wait, why isn't the time of the stream changed on my other laptop? It did change, right? So name the time for some crusading. Yeah, boy, it changed.
Hold on, I'm just gonna quickly check that the fucking difficulty is on very hard, because it should be, but I may have changed it for a friend when I was doing a multiplayer game, so I'm just gonna check. And if it isn't, yeah, I changed it because I was playing a fucking co-op game with it. Right, okay,
You can play
so...
this game in co-op, really?
Well, not co-op, but a multiplayer game in which I was teaching him how to play, so...
Okay, that's interesting.
Right, so... Now it's going to be realistic, so I'm going to have to actually really try my hardest not to get... I'm going to try my hardest not to fucking die. Although I've not got like ridiculous things, we're just going to see where this character ends up. It may end up dead, but I'll try to not like let him die. Everything's on the way I want it. Shaboom.
Everything here should be alright. Yes, it's
Right,
okay.
what territory?
According to
So I only have one territory. That sucks proper ass. Everywhere around me has more than one fucking territory. That sucks. This may be harder than I thought.
this may present a problem.
This may be slightly difficult. I'm not going to lie to you.
Difficult to. I'll be sure. I'm sure you'll be fine.
You say this, but will I?
I have my utmost trust in you.
Well, I'm glad someone does.
Nah.
Uh, hold on. What's his name? Count? Nope. We're looking for his fucking banner. There we go. Oh my god, he has so little men. He's just like me, he's only got one bloody county. That is the worst fucking alliance I could have chosen. How many does this guy have?
So you kind of fucked up already.
Oh, maybe not. Maybe not.
You can still save it.
Possibly. Well, all of them are absolutely terrible for the tutor role. So I got a new plan. Oop.
So, like in terms
When
of
in,
difficulty, would you say this game is difficult or rather
on the
easy?
difficulty I'm playing it, it's really difficult because I can't just marry into a royal family. I can only marry people of the same status as me. Because otherwise, like, if I tried, well, sometimes like one status higher than me, it depends. But yeah, it's really hard. This has got a much harder learning curve than a lot of games. Not to say that it's like you don't. It's not like super duper hard, but it's much harder than a Total War game because it's grand strategy and it's not turn based. So, and we're at war. It's a vassalization war for a tiny, tiny piece of basically Brittany, which well, very good.
It's still doable though.
Yeah, it's not impossible. It's just harder.
Hmm.
I mean, there is a very small chance. It's almost impossible for me to get it, but I could become the Duke of Normandy. It's very unlikely because no one actually holds it at the moment. The king holds it, and I am in the Duchy of Normandy, but so there is like a very very small percentage of a chance. He'll usually give it to a vassal who's got power, but if he gives it to me, I'm gonna fucking struggle like anything because all the vassals that I'll have will be stronger than me. So I'm gonna have to do some complete just like just complete fuckery to try and stay alive. Uh, Wow, my son is literally the equivalent of a retard. That helps. Those. How much am I paying to the king in tax? Oh my god. I'm paying so much money.
He's literally bleeding you dry.
Yeah, he's called a little bit of an asshole. I'm just basically like setting my marshal up, and that marshal's awful, so I have no idea why I chose him. You will do. What's... Yeah, I got the just trait, which is good.
Excellent.
I want to do that. Oh. Who would be a really, really good... There we go. Now we're in a much better position.
So
Ha.
what did you just do?
So I just married my daughter off to a duke, and then I formed an alliance with him. And this
Second,
particular...
oh crap! For a second there, I thought you were only gonna say I married my daughter.
Oh no, no. That comes later.
What?
That comes later, buddy. I don't even need to marry her to fuck her. I can just seduce her. There is actually a focus that you can just do a seduction focus and shag like your sister, your mom, whatever you want.
Really?
I mean, of course, there is a chance that you'll get an inbred child out of it, but you know, each to their own.
Wait, you're not actually kidding now. You're
Nope,
serious?
there's actually a trait called inbred. And it's like, it affects like almost every single stat, makes you completely an imbecile, and everyone will dislike you if that child inherits. You can even create bastards, which basically, technically they would fall under a bastard though, so they wouldn't be able to inherit any titles, but they'd still exist.
The great bastard.
Yeah. There is a religion on the game. I think it's like I can't remember what it's called now, but it's like a Persian type of religion. Doesn't really exist massively, I don't think, at the moment, but it can exist if you play in the Middle East, and you can basically marry your own sister, which you can't do as a Catholic, but you have sex with
Okay.
her, I suppose, but you just can't marry her. We're a part of West France here, but in a moment, one of the two brothers that own West and Middle will die, and then the whole country will be united, and you'll just see like a big blob of shit all in this one area. That's
Big
called
blob of
either
shit.
West Francia or Middle Francia, and there's a certain percentage of a chance they might form the Empire of Frisia. It could happen, but it's unlikely they'll form the Empire, but they can still do it. And most of the time, it's West Francia that engulfs Middle Francia. I'm gonna ask King Carl if he'll give me land. You son of a bitch!
Not my liege is
I
wise.
I guarantee you, he didn't actually give me land because he's basically just used a thing to like keep me happy. Because there is an actual option for that when you're in charge. You can just be like, if you got a high enough diplomatic skill, you can literally just click an option when someone asks you for a title, and just say, like, you give them like a false hope, like basically like, oh yeah, I'll give you some titles later, then you never do. Fucking son of a bitch. Basically, what he's just done. Why does she always want fucking money? There, have it. My wife just keeps asking me for stuff, so I'm like, oh, fine. It will
You're
keep
married.
you happy. Yeah, my character was already married. That's his wife. She's actually got good traits. She's got brave, diligent, just, honest. It's just my character's a complete and utter retard. He's got slothful, greedy, proud, chassis, and just. But he's also really not great at combat, but he's good at stewardship and he's good at learning, which is one of the. Well, it's good if you need tech, which we do. I mean, I'm currently stealing technology from the Byzantines because I just have to. Really. Are we at war for Croatia? What the fuck? Oh my god. We are literally defending in a holy war because Lombardy got declared on. Lombardy declared war on Croatia and like Serbia and places like that aren't Catholic yet. And France was like, okay, I'll join. So now France and Lombardy, which is basically the whole of Italy, is completely fucking like the tiniest nations on the game practically. And because they're tribal, they will all die. Because tribals have bigger armies, but because of a tech penalty that they have, large amount of the time do lose battles, especially if there's like only a 1,000 or so troops less than what they have, and they're currently losing. Wow. Oh well, they might get reinforced. It's usually if for every like 1,000 that they have more than you, you need at least at the very minimum only less of like 1,000 less than them, and you'll probably win. Depending if their tech is any higher than yours. If, like, for example, Muslims in 1066 will just absolutely destroy everyone.
Really?
Like when the Crusades happen, their fucking tech is unreal. Like usually, like because they have a lot more heavy cabs, so their heavy cab just fucking decimate armies. Like you would not believe. Wow, Serbia just formed, and they're all heathens, so we have to go and kill them eventually.
Time for
Plus
murder.
the Byzantines are having a revolt, which is not good for them.
Oh,
I'm
by
gonna
the
try
way,
and do a Norman invasion.
I streamed yesterday
What?
for hours since I came home really late.
Mhm.
But in that half an hour, I did gain another follower, so that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. Nice.
So I'm at 14 now.
That's good.
Indeed.
I'm gonna institute some laws within the territory I own. Even though it's almost completely pointless to do so, but
I mean, whatever you have to do, right?
well, of course. I'm just trying to get some claims on neighbours because with the alliances, I'll probably win. The AI doesn't usually have allies, not all the time. Sometimes they do. Big nations do. Like the main leader of the nation does, but a large amount of vassals don't always have like they'll have alliances, but they won't have very good alliances. Like they might pick an ally who's like a bajillion miles away from them, who could
Why?
not save them if their fucking life depended on it. So it's
That
like
makes no sense. What the fuck?
because, like, for example, if a count can get a duke to marry their daughter, they will take it even if they're in ridiculously large distance from them. I don't know why. It's just sometimes happens, but it's not all the time happens. Sometimes they do realistic stuff, but sometimes they don't. Like, for example, if you were, oh god, Oh, yay! So basically, what just happened is Carl's brother just died, and he just inherited the whole of Middle Francia. So now it's just one big nation.
Excellent.
And we're now at war with a revolt in Narbonne. I think it's called Narbonne. I don't even know. Some French name. I have no idea. We'll probably be at war with Saxony soon because the Saxony War begins eventually. Yeah. And that will be literally another coin toss because that can go one of a few ways actually. Saxony can capitulate totally, in which you'll see a whole bag of gay, or Saxony can kick the shit out of France, and then France basically never touches them again because Saxony's like super overpowered. And then Saxony tends to like invade a lot of like Scandinavian territories, like where Denmark would be, and Sweden and places like that.
I see.
And France just won that revolt and imprisoned all the people in it.
Yes, excellent. I think.
Yeah. For example, what I was going to say about the alliances that the AI could make that would be stupid. For example, anyone that's on the Normandy coast might be inclined to like ally with, say, the Duke of Wessex or someone who's got complete power. But they'd be a massive mistake to do it this early in the game because England, although later on has like 1 trillion ships, right now it has 0. It actually can't even make a navy until probably about 900. So they'd be completely fucking useless to ally because they can't literally leave the island.
So this game is classified as grand strategy then.
Yeah, it's considered a grand strategy to be fair because there's a lot of political elements. Like not so much for me at the moment because I'm a count and the only vassals I have are a bishopric and a mayor, which have literally no power at all. Oh, for fuck's sake! Someone just fucking killed me. Son of a bitch.
So wait, now it's game over?
Yeah, someone just fucking assassinated me. The game isn't over. I've got a son, luckily.
Wait, if you didn't have a son, the game would be legitimately over.
Unless you have an heir, which I do have heirs, but yeah, I got assassinated probably. I have no idea who though, because it just says died under suspicious circumstances. I suspect it was probably like my son or some dickweed in the kingdom that doesn't like me.
Okay.
Supposedly. Oh, it was my fucking son! What a piece of shit.
Wait, you can actually discover that?
Yeah, because he's got kills and it says that he fucking killed me. What a piece of shit. It was my fucking son that killed me. What a dick. Well, that murder mystery was over. What a complete dickweed, honestly.
My son the dickweed.
I mean, he is indeed a dickweed.
Still, it was fucking funny.
I just cannot believe they just fucking killed me.
Does it piss you off?
Not particularly. It's not an issue severely because like my character was like getting older, so
And
he's 46, so he wouldn't have had very long anyway. Probably about 50 odd, and then he probably would have died anyway. But
and he had crappy traits anyway.
yeah, he didn't have very great traits. Tell you the absolute truth. Not to mention my son had a strong claim on Cayenne, so I think that's how you pronounce it, but I'm probably going to butcher a lot of county names, so yeah. There's loads of factions being formed in France to try and either increase council's power or take over the kingdom. Yeah, one of them's a claimant faction, the other one's to increase power, and holy shit do they outnumber the king in support. They've got 210%, oh god, it just dropped quite a bit. So, you see that percentage there, that's the percentage of power against the liege, so when it gets to over 100, it means that they actually outnumber him.
Jeez.
In terms of mans, and once it's over 100, the AI will tend to launch that faction. Now I have to be very careful because they can send a demand, but if the king refuses the demand, then basically it's a war. Although it is only for council power, but one of the things that sucks about starting as the King of France, because you have very little power. The council, once it gets a foothold, it's like a piece of shit trying to get it back. You have to bribe everyone and just be a complete douche. Right. Ooh.
No, somebody got murdered.
No, it's not. Someone got found to be an apostate. It was my wife.
What did
Oh
you
well.
do? Wait, did she just get burned at the stake?
Yep. I just ordered her execution because she was found to be an apostate, so. Looks like we're hunting for a new wife.
Wife hunting.
Preferably one that's like over the age of. You will do. Even though I will take a prestige hit, but I really could not care less. Is he actually kidding? Is he actually for real?
Oh, did he fuck you over again?
No, but the king's a fucking idiot. Because I guarantee Aquitaine will now just secede from the whole kingdom. Because he's given them not only de jure Aquitaine territory, he's also given them de jure territory that's in like 2 other fucking duchies, so he's an idiot. Because all it takes now is like that. What this one guy that I'm looking at here that says the Duke of Aquitaine. He now has technically the legal like right to now take tons of territory that's not even in the territory he currently owns. So because he's now got territory that's in like Normandy, he can now press a claim for the Duchy of Normandy. And then he just needs to press a few more and he can literally have enough power to take over the whole kingdom, or at least secede from it by declaring independence. Yeah, the king's a retard, and yet again he's gonna make a fucking decision that's gonna completely fucking fragment everything. I'm gonna get council power. I'm gonna actually join that faction to force council power, maybe. Actually, I'm not. I'm gonna support Duke Lope of wherever this is. Oh no, shit, we got a pandemic of
Corona.
We'll find out in a minute with all these we got camp fever and smallpox, which is in England, and oh great, that's not good. That's not good. Oh well.
So what, it's Corona 2.0.
Yeah.
Excellent. Time to die.
Very good. Oh my god, we're gonna become the Holy Roman Empire. We're actually gonna do it. I know that we will, because we're at war for the whole of Lombardy because of the excommunicated ruler. And if he takes the whole of Lombardy, he'll probably form the HRA.
The HRE.
The Holy Roman Empire. This is going to be a whole bunch of hooey. And why was he excommunicated from the church? I have no idea. I just don't really get. That's interesting. You know what? We might as well just join the war directly.
You're gonna fight?
Ooh. All allies are used established in the Okay, so okay, oh, very good. So basically, it's just saying that the Avars are now called Pannonia. Very good. And I'm now officially in the war. Which is all good. Hopefully this will give me a bit of favour with the king and he'll be like... He'll be very happy. Wait for me, motherfuckers. There is a chance. Oh my fucking god. We may have a problem. There be a very, very large revolt.
Very, very, very large.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know if we'll win. Wow, the king just like imprisoned a ton of people. There we go. I've told my army to merge with his, so now we can just sit back. And wow, he's actually made me marshal. That's interesting.
So everything's going good then.
We can only hope. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily say good, but at the same time, I wouldn't necessarily say bad.
It's going so.
It's going so, that would be a more accurate statement.
Excellent.
But yeah, I should probably point out though that the Shia Muslims occupy most of Spain at this time period.
So does that pose a problem for you?
Yes, quite a considerable problem.
That's no
Mate,
good.
yep, and not only that, the Abbasid Empire is probably one of the biggest empires in the game, pretty much all the way through the game, and that's mainly Muslim. That's all Muslim, actually, and that will definitely fuck me. And Saxony did exactly what I thought. They have taken all of Denmark.
Nice.
It's not good, because they'll probably defuck Europe.
Oh.
Yep. And they're all pagan, so we need to actually kill them. Like, it's quite important, actually, that we try and spread Christianity everywhere, but it probably won't go very well. Oh my... Yep, the king may lose this. Yep, the king's gonna lose this.
He's gonna fucking die.
He's not got hardly any cav. And it's the cav that's going to really make a difference. They've got about 200 more soldiers that are on horseback than we do. They've also got like a lot more archers, and they've also got a lot more pikemen. So we got no pikemen actually, and they've got over 2,000 more fucking. Oh god. Well, we were just defeated.
We just fucked.
Yeah. And we're gonna lose this revolt war, which means we'll have a new king. well, they may win this. I actually think that the only reason that they won the first battle is because they may have taken a loan out, so I'm just going to check whether or not that is accurate to assume that. And they probably did. I mean, he's not bankrupt, but he's not got a great deal of money anymore.
So now he's weak.
Mm-hmm. Ooh, I don't know if we'll, I would have totally, like, regained the full army supply, because at the minute our supply is shit, so if we get attacked, we're going to face massively shit rolls, which probably result in us dying. On a more happier note, I'm going to
So is the war still going on, or has it ended?
The war is still going on. Both wars are still going on. The war with Lambert is still going on, and the war with the revolt is still going on. You see, wars on this game are slightly different than a lot of other games in the fact that the war score has to be 100% before either side will win, and that's the only way that you can win a war or lose a war, is if the war score is over 100. Unlike EU4, where like you can pretty much peace out at any point as long as the opposition agrees to whatever terms it is that you're offering.
That sounds interesting. So the other game that you played, what's it called? Hearts of Iron 4 or whatever? Is that game also classified as grand strategy then?
I don't know about Total War, but probably. Total War games are kind of grand strategy because there is a lot of, thought that goes into it and stuff.
What about Hearts of Iron 4?
That's grand strategy.
I see.
That's for definite grand strategy.
So,
I don't
so,
know about Total War games, but yeah.
so in terms of strategy games, you have like grand strategy and turn-based strategy and real-time strategy, right?
Yeah, but obviously Total War games are all a mixture of turn-based and real-time.
I see.
These are a turn-based like campaign map, but they have real-time battles.
That's interesting.
That's like when you see like me recruiting units into an army, and then when I'm actually fighting the battles, that's what I'm saying. It's think we might win the revolt after all.
Oh, that's good.
My character ended up fighting a duel in the middle of a battle, and he managed to kill his opponent, which is good.
Excellent.
So we killed one of their commanders when we were fighting one of the big battles. Although we are so going to be screwed when it comes to fighting Lombardy, because they have a lot more men than we do now. Although it would seem that we actually are the attacker, so the king will just lose prestige and money. That's all that will happen. If we don't succeed, they won't gain any territory, because that's not the way Crusader Kings works. Wow. Wow, loads of people are ganging up on France apparently, on Lombardy, sorry. Even Wessex in England is at war with them,
Excellent. Time for them to die.
which is strange.
How so?
Just because Wessex, in my opinion, I don't believe they have any troops, and they've just hired 1,800 mercenary units from what seems to be Mongolia, and they have no ships as far as I'm aware, unless the mercenary company comes with ships. So good luck to them. Wish them all the best. Because I think that they are going to be pretty screwed when it comes to actually doing whatever it is. I really badly hope that the king gives me some bloody titles. Or at the very least, my lord does, because I'm actually a vassal of a vassal, so I'm the vassal of the Duke of Normandy now, because there is actually a Duke of Normandy now. So. But that's not good. And I just basically, one of my spy master just died, and I replaced them, and then my chancellor didn't like me, so I also replaced him. Got to make sure that your chancellors, that at the very least, they are somewhat happy with you, because if they don't like you at all, they'll probably plot against you. Or at least they're a lot more. Well, yeah, they could. I'm not actually sure how well that this playthrough will go. I've not really played in France very much. Hopefully it won't be too bad, but it's not looking great because I'm gonna have to get more land soon.
We'll see how it
Yeah,
goes.
I need my wife to have a bloody kid, but I need it to be a male heir, really.
So it's wartime now.
Oh, actually winning. Wait, did they attack us next to a river crossing? Wow. Yep, we won the revolt, which is good. But now we've got 8,000 Italian people to kill, which we've only got like a considerably lesser force. Like, don't even think we've got close to 2,000 troops, even when they're all combined. But you know.
We can win.
We only won that last battle though because the AI did a very silly move, and that's he just walked through a river, which you get a river crossing penalty. So if your army's like only a little bit bigger than theirs, like close to I don't know 400 or 500 troops, then you're probably gonna die. Because the river crossing penalty is ridiculous, and France is just completely littered with a bajillion fucking rivers. But literally, it's the whole fucking of France is effectively just one big river.
One big swamp.
I mean, yeah, they've got like really big rivers and then they've got lots of little ones, so you get river penalties no matter where you go.
Jeez, what the hell?
I'm gonna try and get the king to give me some titles. I bet he won't.
He'll try to fucking diplomatic you again.
He keeps giving me the diplomatic option, the fucking dick. He's like, I'll give you a title soon. Funny. If he doesn't give me a title in the next 4 or 5 years, I swear to God, I'm gonna literally just do a whole Poland on him, which is where I just become independent and then I join back and I get loads of people to support me and then pretty much just completely defuck the whole empire up, the whole nation. I'm gonna try and see if I can get really powerful and then just piss him off. Even if it means I split up all of France into separate miniature states, that'd be quite fun. I've done that though as Poland in the HRE. I've played as independent Poland, join the HRE, get everyone into an independence faction, and then hatch it, and then literally the whole of the HRE split up, and it was just disgusting. It's like the biggest border war I've ever done. Like the HRE becomes so small, it might as well not even be called an empire. It was tiny.
You border breaker.
The only thing I hate about this game now is that it's not as fun. I don't really feel like it's particularly that fun to stream. It's fun to play, and I love playing it, but it's only because the people who don't actually know what's going on, it's probably like, what the fuck? It probably is like a what the fuck is going on type of game. But obviously with Total War games, you can kind of get a gist because there's lots of battles and it's probably a bit more entertaining because they actually get to see like a lot of carnage and really, more cinematic battles and stuff. But here it's just a big stack of like thousands of soldiers hitting another big stack and hopefully which one will win.
I find it entertaining.
Well, I'm glad. Oh my god, we're getting our ass kicked in the Lombardy War. They've got 74% war score. We haven't even got... Well, to be fair, we've catched them up though in the amount of troops that they have.
Outstanding moves.
What?
Just all you're continually making all these contracts. It seems like I hear the sound and I see like a contract of sorts pop up.
Oh, they're mainly just like random fucking bits of information. Really, it's not so much like contracts. It's
Do, and then I see one pop up like, oh, like in my mind it's like, oh, something important.
I get you. Yep, we've lost.
Well, we're fucked.
Yep, they've got 100% war score. They're gonna press it any second now.
Or just
Oh, it's alright. It won't affect me if we lose. It'll only affect the king.
fuck him.
That's the beauty of it, really. Yeah, I lose troops. Yep. See, we'll have a look now how badly the king's fucked. What the fuck? He's got minus 1,000 gold. He had to pay the king of Lombardy 1,000 gold. What bullshit is that?
Is that
He
bad?
is literally. He's just bankrupt the whole kingdom. What a fucking pleb. I have never seen the AI get that much of a penalty, but that is insane. I suppose it's, I guess it teaches you a lesson, I suppose. If you're gonna go to war, make sure you goddamn can fight it.
Is 1,000 gold really that bad, man?
You have no idea how little amount of money the average person on the average character makes. Like, the average character makes probably about, someone in my character, let's see how much mine makes. Mine makes a total of 14.28 a year. And out of that,
14.28 gold per year.
yeah, a year. And the king, let's evaluate how much he makes a year. And a year, the king makes... He makes 29.85 a year.
What? So thousands is like fucking.
No.
That's 30 years.
That's how much. Sorry, I was wrong. He makes. I was wrong. That I forgot actually. That's the monthly amount he makes. His yearly amount is 346.62 gold a year.
That's still 3 years of fucking gold.
Yep.
Damn.
Taking ages to pay it back, but I don't know. When you're the king, he could tax people. He could institute a new tax law, which basically means that everyone would have to pay him more, but I wouldn't have to pay him more. I only have to pay more if my liege lord does an individual tax law for me. But he could, if he gets taxed too much, he'd be like, well, everyone else has to pay more taxes to me. I can't afford to keep paying the king this amount. But if he does that, those would be fighting words.
Them's fighting words.
Those be fighting words, buddy.
What, you're gonna try and kill the king?
No, I'm gonna try and overthrow the guy that's in charge of Normandy.
Gotta fucking shoot him down. With a rocket launcher.
Oh my goodness. We're at war for Karamid independence. Why are we helping a Muslim nation declare independence against other Muslims? I don't understand what the AI is doing.
Can't you
I
be
don't
like a
get what.
mole?
No, I have no authority because I don't have hardly any troops. Like, I have no money really in income, and I have hardly any troops, so I couldn't do anything even if I wanted to. So right now, the only thing I can do is build money up to try and build infrastructure to then get enough like buildings and stuff so that I can increase my levy size and then eventually go to war with someone. Oh my god, our king just imprisoned like a trillion Muslim people from the Spanish area. He just
Why?
imprisoned like about 10 people.
Why?
Because he's at war with one to protect these other people that are fighting against the Umayyad. It's this area here called Karamid, I think it's called.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, they're trying to get independence from the Umayyad, which are here.
I
And
see.
the Umayyad Caliph is like, well, we're not letting you, and then France declared war on them to say, okay, well, we're going to go to war for you then. But what I don't get, though, this is the fundamental thing I don't understand. Why would a Catholic in this particular time period help a Muslim out, considering the fact that we'll probably end up at war with them at some point? It just makes no sense. Like, why would we help them? I suppose if they're divided, they're not going to be a big problem for us, but it still baffles me. Because we have other problems like Saxony, who is now dominating in Scandinavia and hopefully will one day probably control all of Scandinavia. And if they form the Empire of Scandinavia, we are totally defucked. Because Nords are really strong when they're actually unified. If they become an empire, the whole of Europe's going to get steamrolled. In fact, no Christian nation in this time period could probably fight against them.
Really?
Yep. So there's a good chance they'll probably take over either a large portion of the map or all the map. At least probably a large portion of it. They probably won't be able to take over all of it.
God damn.
What's the Pope's opinion of me? Oh, he doesn't mind me actually.
He hates you.
He doesn't mind me. He's actually more fond of me than he's not. But you have to be careful as a Catholic because if you're excommunicated, you're totally screwed. Because not only can regular people, like non-Catholics, declare war on you, anyone can declare war on you, even if they're a Catholic. It's harder for Catholics to declare war on each other, like willy-nilly, unless they're excommunicated. Because you have to have a claim in order to justify it. See, what I would have done as king is form an alliance with Lombardy if I could, then go to war with Saxony, destroy the whole of Saxony, burn all of the Germanic holy sites, and then once they're all done, just solidify it by putting loads of Frankish nobles all over the place there, and then declare war on the Umayyad, and have Lombardy help me, and then we could have basically reinforced Catholicism everywhere. But it looks like we're going to be totally fucked as the AIs is so incompetent in this game. It's unreal.
It's gonna be
Like,
interesting to see.
well, you know that Britannian campaign I was telling you about before we started streaming?
Yeah.
Well, on that I control the whole of the British Isles and everything in it, and I'm an emperor, so I'm the highest title you can be on the game. And ironically, if I just left the game and the AI took over, or gave the AI through console commands power, which I can't because it's on Iron mode, but still, if I could, the AI would probably have just completely separated all of the Empire within about 2 seconds, and even though I've got it to the point where no one can really challenge me, they probably would find a way to still lose everything. Because that's how incompetent the AI is. Just
Like,
awful.
even the harder difficulties, the AI is incompetent.
It, in a lot of ways, yes. In some ways, no. But the AI also has a lot of buffs on very hard, which is what we're playing on. So the AI is not as competent. It's not competent like in the fact that it will make smart decisions. It just cheats. Like it just does cheat. Like it will use like modified stats on a lot of stuff. So instead of you just having a bigger army and winning, you actually have to have like if they have more cav that's heavy, then and you only have light cav, they have 2,000 heavy cav. They're just going to destroy your army in like 4 seconds. Like those factors come into who will win.
That's not very nice.
I know, it's a whole bunch of hooey. And not only that, sometimes the Pope can literally declare a crusade on any nation that isn't a Catholic nation. So that might seem cool, but it's not so cool when you're playing as, say, England, and he declares like a fucking crusade for Mongolia, and you think, what the fuck do we want in Mongolia? Consider the fact that it's not feudal, so it's got no like holdings that we can even hold. Because pretty much all of the Catholic world is feudal instead of tribal, apart from Pickland in Ireland, and they're the only 2 places really at the moment that are Catholic and not feudal. Just a whole bunch of gibberish.
Whole big bag of gay.
It is a whole big bag of gay, I agree with you. I'll have to do a Hoi 4 campaign as well as some random nation one day. And that'd be good.
Sounds very good to me.
Ironically, I can play as really, really shit nations, but I still, for the life of me, cannot play as Japan on that game. I'm so awful as Japan. It's actually quite funny watching me play as them. Because I'm fucking terrible. Oh, great. What have we got here? Consumption, yay. How long have we been streaming for, bro?
Let me check. For an hour and 7 minutes.
Oh, very good. It didn't feel like that, but at the same time it does, because I'm already getting bored. Like the problem with Crusader Kings is I've played over almost 1,200 hours on it now. So,
In total.
well, sorry, almost 1,100 hours. I'm wrong about that. Almost 1,100.
I mean, if you want to quit, then don't be like I want to fill the 2 hours, because I can easily take over.
Well, I don't mind switching to another game if you've got an idea of what you would want me to stream for you.
could try the Stellaris game that you have.
Sure.
Right, and then I'll end the stream here for now, guys. I will be back in like 5 minutes or so, maybe shorter, with Stellaris then, if you're fine with that.
Yep, that's not a problem.
Gives me some time to grab something else. So thanks guys for watching, and we'll be back in a few minutes.